Hello. Now that you've learned how to draw using your eyes, you're ready to try what is a major milestone in every artist's development, a realistic drawing. But first, I have a few tips for you, so let's look at those and then we'll get down to it. The type of realism drawing we are doing is called observational contour drawing. The observational part means that you are staring at your subject like a crazy person. You cannot merely look at your subject and expect to draw it realistically. You have to look at it so closely and so carefully that you can draw every single part of it accurately. A contour drawing is a line drawing where you're drawing the edges of the subject you're observing. Here are a few examples of realistic observational contour drawings. These are the types of drawings that we are creating this week in class. As we create these drawings, I have a few tips to keep you from feeling frustrated and help you lock in to that Zen master mind state that you will need to be successful in these drawings. The first tip is to make sure that you are choosing the right subjects to draw. Good drawing subjects are natural and funky, like flowers, feet, and falcons. Subjects with perfect man-made shapes are not good subjects to teach yourself to draw realistically on. Subjects like freezers, phones, footballs, or soccer balls are not good subjects to learn on because your brain will want to flip into left brain mode on these subjects. Now, eventually, you could draw any subject that you want and be able to stay in right brain, but while you're learning, stay with funky, natural subjects. Drawing with the focus and discipline of a samurai warrior is key to being successful. But that said, don't be so perfectionistic that you drive yourself crazy and don't end up completing your drawing. Get things about 90% accurate and then go ahead and move on to the next part of the drawing. Another key tip is to draw big. Don't try to create realism drawings that are very small. Draw to fill the page or even bigger. Don't draw with sketchy, scribbly lines. This can make your drawing too complicated and you can get lost in all the scribbles. Instead, try to draw with nice, clean, solid lines. When you create an observational contour drawing, say you're going to try to draw a realistic picture of this beat. It would be best to draw the big shapes first, the outline of the beat and the stem, and then go back in and fill in the details after that. The only difference between a blind contour drawing and an observational contour drawing is that you can look down at your page to compare. You can compare the angles and the curves, positions, and sizes of the different parts of your subject. For example, say I was going to draw this skull. If I look closely, I'll notice that the top of the skull is not actually a perfect circle like I've drawn in red. It actually has some kind of straight sides to it and it's a little bit squarish like I've drawn in the green. That is an example of comparing and observing and accurately recording the way part of your subject curves. Another example would be to observe the angles of the teeth. For example, the teeth do not go straight down. They have an angled line, like you can see in the green. It's important to make these comparisons and observations so that you can draw them accurately. To make sure everything in your drawing is positioned properly, find points on your subject that line up. For example, the cheekbone, the bottom of the nose, and the other cheekbone all line up. So when I draw these, I want to make sure that they're lined up in my drawing as well. Another example of comparing positions will be to notice that the right cheekbone lines up with the chin, or that the left side of the nose lines up with the fourth tooth. The last thing that you can compare in a drawing is sizes. For example, I could take the size of the eye and notice that the skull to the left of the eye is about 2 eyes in width, and that the skull above the eye is also about 2 eyes in width. If I notice that, I can make sure that I draw the skull at the right size. With those tips in mind, I'm ready to start drawing. Always warm up with a pure blind contour first. No peeking, no lifting the pencil. Observe your subject and let your eye move your pencil. Start from the left, work all the way around into the middle and all the details of your drawing, and then end somewhere on the bottom right. Once you've completed your blind contour, your brain will be ready to go into the observational contour drawing. Now in this drawing, it feels almost exactly like doing a blind contour drawing, except every maybe 15 seconds, 30 seconds, I will look down at my page and I will compare. And I will fix anything that's off. I'm comparing my angles, the curves. I'm comparing the positions of the different things to make sure that I'm getting the nostrils and the eyes in the right position. I'm also comparing the sizes to make sure that the sizes of each eye socket are matching up to what I'm observing on my computer screen. As I go into detailed areas, especially like the teeth, I'm relying heavily on blind contour to make sure that I'm drawing really what I see and not starting to just draw fake, cartoony teeth. Every tooth that I draw is based on the actual shape and size of the teeth that I'm looking at on the skull. And it's normal to have to go back and erase and fix and make some edits to get this 100% right. Add in the final few details, and there you have a finished, realistic observational contour drawing. Now it's your turn. Let's have at it.